Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushua, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Qudash Rakah, a double honor to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you sincere brothers teaching, in truth, and in sincerity.
Yeah, today's lesson topic on fleeing out of Babylon. You know, we got to get out the mind frame of the place that we live in. You know, and the first scripture we got is Jeremiah 51:6.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Right, and it's saying flee out of her Babylon. You know, that's out the philosophies of like American, the doctrine that they have all the people under. You know, like what they get. The so-called American dream, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get up and, you know, get a job, go to school, get a job, be successful, and then you're supposed to put back into the system or whatever. They just want you to do it to be productive for the country though, not for, you know what I'm saying, your salvation or nothing like that. It's just for the American dream, you know what I mean?
Hey, because it's a false ideology. Hey, because most of the millionaires and billionaires of people, they never went through that so-called...
Right. Bill Gates, whoever, Zuckerberg, whatever them, all the billionaire, so-called successful people in this society, Oprah Winfrey, they never went through that system. You know what I mean? So why would they? You know what I mean? That's the trickery of America, man. To trick you like that.
And teach you to be a servant.
Yeah.
Teach you to be a slave.
You be under like a spell, like, you know.
Verse 7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
You know, so that wine goes into those different philosophies like the brother previously mentioned, man. Those ideologies and stuff like that. That's pretty much Satanism, man, because it's against the Most High. You know, he's not for anything like that, man. He goes by his laws, statutes, and commandments. Here come Esau, the so-called white man, when we want you to go out route. You know
right, tell you that it's okay to be gay. Right. It's okay to do this, do wrong. It's okay. It's okay. This shit ain't okay, man. That's right. You know. And then it just ain't right, man. All the way around the board.
All the way around the board.
It just ain't right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's because this current, and when you go to the phrase of flee Babylon, it doesn't mean physically go to the airport,
right.
You're at the JFK or your local international airport and go to another landmass, another state, another country, whatever the case may be, to get out of Babylon the Great. It's going to free yourself of this mental bondage here. Hey, because all these so-called customs and holidays that are celebrated here in this land go against the scriptures. It's idol worship. It's idolatry. All right? The indoctrination that the school system puts you through, if you're going through the school system, you got to know the end result of it. Or you got to know exactly what you're trying to accomplish, because you know they're indoctrinating you with their truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get your so-called degree, they've molded you into what they believe that profession actually requires.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then it's a strap. Because, okay, you get your doctrine in something, you're specified only to do stuff in that occupation. But when you have the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, you know about cars, you know about the herbs, you know about this, you know about that. But when you go through Esau schooling, when you went to school to be a nurse, and really he grooms you to just do nursing. But you can't think outside being a nurse. And then this whole system is so fucking set up because basically you can never become a millionaire because it's a cap. You know what I'm saying? Like all the millionaires, they're able to get what, 220-some thousand this year, maybe 1.5 next year, or this and that. But when you go in as a, let's say, a firefighter, you're making $20,000 for the next 15 to 20 years. It's a cap, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. So the dust represent their confusion, man. All the different things these brothers mentioning right now about college and stuff like that, that's a state of confusion, man. It's different doctrines that's put in our people's minds, and they thinking this is the right way to go. According to the scriptures, it's not. And it says in verse 2 right here, it says, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck. Like college, that's a band of the neck, man. It's tying you down. It also tying you down on a financial situation, man. Yeah, all these different debts.
You go to college for what 4 to 7 years. You get out with a salary $28,000 to $30,000, but you owe Esau 40 grand.
Yep, 64,000.
You come out of school in the red, and then once you start applying for a job opportunity, they tell you you don't have any experience because you don't spent the last 5 to 7 years in college.
I had another. I'm just gonna read down a little bit. And back in Jeremiah 51, in verse 8, it says, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed."
We know on a spiritual standpoint, Babylon can't be healed, man. You know, you can't do anything try to, like a bomb spirit with some type of ointment, you know what I'm saying, like to heal it or whatever. You can't do that, man.
For pulled or strained ligaments, that balm is used to ease and relax that muscle back to health.
Right.
You know, and it's the point you just mentioned, verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
You know, it would never be healed because it was preordained to be destroyed thousands of years ago.
That's right. Okay. And then these other nations, they're not getting that capital like they once were. So what they're doing, they're returning home, man.
Good.
I'm cooking for y'all. This is Hebrews 13 and 14. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
That's the new kingdom, man.
One gonna be way better than this, right?
So every kingdom in the past, they had their time to rule, man. It was an end point to it. This kingdom right here, our kingdom, it's gonna be forever, man. It's gonna be everlasting.
Hey, this is in the book of Ecclesiastes. I think it's third chapter when the Lord said that there's a time for every season.
Good.
A time to be born, a time to die, a time to build, a time to tear down,
Plant.
you know, a time to plant and a time to pluck up. The earth is ripe, man. It's time for the plucking. So you gotta mentally flee from this place in order to see the facade or that veil that was covering your face. You know? Now you know that there was a covering there. White Jesus. Who the hell is white Jesus? Now you understand he was a dark-skinned man. His name was Yahushua. 12 tribes of Israel, or the lost tribes of Israel. Oh man, I go back to this tribe. I'll go back to this lineage. You coming out of that African American, or I'm black, or I'm a Negro. You know? You coming out of that I'm a Muslim. You know? You coming out of that trap star mentality. Or who's that guy that Denzel played, American Gangster?
Oh yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That was your Frank Lucas. You know, that's your mentality of success. Being a dope boy, being a rapper, making it to the league. Oh, now you accomplished life's greatest goals. But that's not it. Hey, because although we may be poor here upon planet Earth, when you got this word, those are the actual true riches, man. Yes,
Just to back y'all up, Isaiah 60 and 1, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Like, let's talk about this knowledge right here, man. we open to what this place is gonna be like, man. It's gonna be a desert pretty soon. So our minds are open now, man. That's why when we be walking in the midst of different people and stuff like that, we can see that it's gross darkness to people, man. They still celebrating holidays. They still worshiping all these different idols and things of that such, you know. So we're in a spiritual mind frame that we know America is going to be destroyed according to biblical prophecy.
Yep. And rightfully so.
Like this is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Oh yeah, so gotta get out that whole Babylon type of spirit, man. You know, the American dream type of spirit that everything gonna be okay, because it's not. If you going according to what Babylon say, you're gonna get fucked up, man. You're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, they work hard.
Yeah.
Make something yourself.
Right.
That's not true.
That's all that type of shit, man.
You could be the next president.
Right
Shit's
there.
not true.
That ain't the truth, man.
Niggas been lying to us for too long.
Since elementary. Since elementary.
Super lie.
Yeah. That's a long time, man.
Long time.
Man, that was it, really, basically.
I got my point.
Go ahead.
Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
This American way will fuck you up. No matter how you look at it, no matter what they say, how good you're gonna be, what you're gonna make. If you submit to the American way, you're gonna get destroyed. It ain't no way around it. It's in all the books of the Holy Bible. And I know that, and I know it's the truth. That's right.
A Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And only the seed of the righteous are the ones that are going to escape and flee out of Babylon, spiritually. And who and what is Babylon? Babylon the Great is America, man. The great U.S. of A, United States of America. That's Babylon. That mistress of witchcraft, that whore that sitteth upon many waters. That's this place, Hey, because you want to figure out who is who in the Bible, what land masses are current day land masses today. Where is America written in the scriptures? It's written in the mystery code, It's not wham bam in your face, because the Lord revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Okay. Then the prophets utilize the words that the Most High give unto them, and they speak verbally unto the people. So that's why we're forewarning you, because we foresee the evil of the judgment that is going to come upon this place. That's why you have to flee out of Babylon, man. Hey, because Slocky, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's why the scriptures say his words should not go out void, because this is the words of Yahweh Bashir Yahushua. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one of the purpose of the chariots, man. So if you basically trying to flee out on your own, man, then hey, you're not living accordingly to the word, man.
Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Right. And what's the heaven, what's the earth is going to pass away? Esau's heaven. Okay? Esau's earth is going to pass away, but these scriptures is forever, man. Okay? Y'all had something to brother. You go get yours.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is 2 Corinthians.
Okay,
oh, I got it. 2 Corinthians 4:4. In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them.
God in this world, man, that's Esau, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the so-called Caucasians today. That's their biblical name, man. That's their biblical identity. Esau, Edom, Edomites, Idumeans. Okay? What's the rest of it?
Yeah, I'm going to read it again. This is back in 2 Corinthians 4:4. And whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them.
Right? He's blinding the minds, these different doctrines and philosophies, letting people know that America is going to continue forever.
Yeah.
You know, they already talking about things, 2020, stuff like that. Man, you know, they talking about different events happening. I think the Olympics is going to be, I forgot what country it's supposed to be in next time. But they are
Korea, South Korea.
I think so. I want to say South Korea.
They building it right now.
Winter Olympics.
Yeah. But you know, they already talking about future times, man, like 2020 and shit like that.
Hey, for you to invest in America, man, it's just basically like building something on what you call a foundation that's cracked. You know what I'm saying? That's why these other nations are basically moving on. That's why you have the elite of the Edomites leaving this country, man. Then the scriptures state that the children of this world is wiser than the children of light. The children of light.
You know what I'm saying? The so-called bug outs in Hollywood.
That's right.
They've been, you know what I'm saying, leaving America and moving over in Australia.
That's right.
Europe, you know?
They're not dealing with the fiat money anymore.
That's right. That's right.
Going to Jeremiah? I'll start at the top. Chapter 3, right? Yep. Hey, Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith the Lord. Lift up thine eyes.
If I can add, and how do you return to the Lord, man? Hey, by the scriptures, man. And that's the only way, man. Like, brother, it's a beautiful lesson, man. Like, believing in this American society is ultimately going to kill you, man. You know, the scriptures in Jeremiah 15:4, it talks about the 4 forms of death. You know, hey, you can be appointed to, but at the same time frame, believing in America is actually like trying to go into a house and smoking, man.
What the scripture say, being cornerly minded is death?
It's death.
So you believe in that American dream, that's death, man. That's corner. You know?
Hey, quick precept of Baruch chapter 4, verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Right, and you're supposed to go in overdrive, man. You're supposed to actually exert yourself, exhaust yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? But everything being balanced, you know, you have to do the work, man. Hey, magnify your office, man. Whatever it may be, you magnify your office, man.
Jeremiah 3:2. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lying with. In the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness, and thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness.
Right, and he said the way that he set for them, and the people being in the spirit of America, man. You know what I'm saying? In the American spirit, that's what you don't want to be in, man. He set a whole nother way for us. Well, we can, you know, we can be righteous, man. You know what I mean? That's basically it.
Yeah, he wrote the blueprint for us to do the right thing, so to speak.
Right.
But this world, as the scriptures say, this world is esteemed. No. It sure is your things turn upside down. Hey, get it real quick, because I'm combining 2 scriptures together.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, but that's the problem, because the Lord set the right way for us.
Right.
But this world has turned those things upside down to where right is wrong, wrong is right.
And then you'll come up, you'll see wrong at the beginning of your life, where you'll think it's right.
That's the first thing you introduce to.
You introduce to all the wrong shit. Even your teachers, even your people that's supposed to be influenced, the big influences on your life, they teach you the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? No.
Parents.
Our parents is that
Yeah, man, because somebody taught them the wrong shit. It was like over and over again, and it get wickeder and wickeder and wickeder and wickeder as it go, man. And it's 2018. It's real crazy out here, man.
We still trying to overcome.
Right.
We're still trying to fight them mental battles from this westernized world, man. You find it out.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely your thieves, it says, surely your turning of thieves upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay. For should the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or should the thief frame of him say, like it says, he made me not? Or should the thief frame say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Okay? So things turn it upside down, man, like the brothers mentioned it. When you look at this society, you think it is right.
Right is wrong.
Good.
Wrong is right.
Going to the scripture, that's wrong, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're not a good guy because you gave a bum $60,
Right.
man. You're not a good guy because you helped the old hag with her groceries get up the stairs, man.
The scripture say him not a sinner.
Right,
You know?
they're not a sinner. So basically being good is going back to this, man.
Right.
But now it's your faith with Yahweh because you can't keep all the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly because we're in this corrupted flesh, man.
You got these niggas, you know, they think, you know, these different rappers or R&B musicians, they get praised for talking to another man's woman. We'll come to the scripture, hey, that's adultery, man.
That's a sin upon death,
You know?
That's what they teach. In the music, in the movies, it's always either a homosexual or an adultery scene in the movies. In the music, that's all. Hey, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah,
I fucked your bitch. You know what I'm saying? Girl suck me off. And all this other shit.
Yeah.
Like nigga. Like,
vanity, yeah, man.
all of it is vanity, man. But that is the way of Babylon.
That's right.
So until you flee out of Babylon, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, mentally, and most I put that spirit upon you, then you're dead while you're living, and you're ultimately going to die the ultimate death when the Lord take the spirit away from you.
Bro, because this lesson is actually talking about, from a spiritual standpoint, flee out of Babylon. Now, this is the physical form of that, Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Hey, so the physical is going to come,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be by our hand or might.
God.
You know? So when you know what I'm saying, when the Lord have you physically flee out of Babylon, he's gonna take you. He's gonna hand pick you.
Right.
You know?
That's right, brother.
And they're gonna be some, they be left here.
That's right. Hey, Wolf,
That hope the brothers is edified. All praise to your house.
by Hashem, Yahushua.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and love to the brothers and the alchemists all across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
I like that.